Hey guys, and thanks for joining me as we talk about some Star Wars in this video. It sounds a bit like the Avengers if you ask me. Boba Fett star on Dave Filoni's Mandalorian movie. Lucasfilm is following the MCU pattern in the Mandalorian era. The Book of Boba Fett star, Temuera Morrison, hopes he's on board for the ride. Temuera Morrison has rightly noted Lucasfilm's plans for a movie set in the Mandalorian era sound a bit like the Avengers. The Star Wars movies have been on something of a pause since Solo, a Star Wars story, and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. But that's changing at last. At Star Wars Celebration 2023, Lucasfilm president officially announced 3 upcoming projects. One exploring the Dawn of the Jedi, another continuing race story after the sequel trilogy, and a third featuring the stars of the Mandalorian era, directed by George Lucas, the protege, Dave Filoni himself. This will draw together the plot threads from the various Disney Plus TV shows set during that period. Temuera Morrison, who returned to Star Wars as Boba Fett in The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett, has noticed a pattern. Speaking to Dexerto, he reflected on the obvious inspiration. "It sounds a bit like the Avengers if you ask me," he observed. "I guess, with Jon Favreau's experience making Iron Man, subsequently the Marvel Universe exploded. So it would be a logical thing for them to do. He's right to the point that Favreau's experience would presumably involve having learned lessons from the MCU's stumble. Star Wars really is following the MCU's Avenger pattern. Let's see what they have to say about this and them following the formula of the MCU. The article goes on to say this. "It's easy to forget how risky the early Marvel Cinematic Universe really was. Had the Avengers failed in 2012, the whole project would have collapsed like a house of cards. But the Avengers grossed over $1.5 billion worldwide, prompting other studios to desperately attempt to follow the same formula. Universal's Dark Universe was killed off by the Mummy, the DCEU faltered in its desperation to catch up with Marvel, and Will Smith's ambitions for After Earth went unfulfilled. Many other shared universes never really got off the launch pad. Sony's plans for a Robin Hood shared universe were absolutely surreal. Even Marvel's television failed to repeat the idea with their Marvel Netflix shows, and their supposed climax show The Defenders failed. Lucasfilm was the latest studio to try and make this work, although they've been taking a Transmedia approach. To start things off, Disney Plus TV shows, and then spill out into a blockbuster movie. There have already been a few stumbles, like a result, of course, of the correction required to establish this Transmedia project. The Book of Boba Fett was panned. Still, Filoni and Favreau are experienced and should be able to put things back together. Morrison, for his part, hopes that he'll still be part of the project. "I better be a part of the whole thing," he's told, jokingly. I think they're starting to sort themselves out at the moment. Hopefully it won't be long before Morrison is able to indicate whether Boba Fett really is in the upcoming movie set in the Mandalorian era. So what do you guys make of this article about Star Wars trying to replicate the MCU formula that's been so successful for them? Do you still watch Star Wars? Do you not really care about it? Disney Plus has obviously had some ups and downs with their shows, and obviously the last movies were quite significantly panned as well by the Star Wars community. Have you lost faith in it? Do you not care? Are you excited for these movies? Jump down to the comment section, guys, and let me know, and I will see you in the next one.